for today's video, we are going over some of my favorite makeup tips. I'm showing you how I'm applying them to my makeup routine and how they have improved. It's this look minus the eyeshadow. I just wanted to try it, but I'm so excited to show you guys everything that I've been doing. I'm trying something new. I'm trying like a vlog style makeup type of tutorial. Let me know if you like it. I'm gonna show you some tips from some makeup artists that I've been using. Out of the shower, it is cold. It is so cold. I am going to skin prep. This is important. I've been doing skin prep for a long time. Max Glow Drops from Aveeno. I'm going to be using this hyaluronic acid serum. Just put it onto your skin. Since it's cold, I need a lot of hydration. Eye cream. This is Shiseido Benefiance, is one of my faves. Smack it on there. Use your ring finger. I know how to be very gentle with my fingers, which is why I just go with that. First tip is to massage your face. I learned this from Charlotte Tilbury when she does all of her tutorials. She always massages the model's face and really works her products into the skin. I've been using a new foundation for the past week. It's the Vanish foundation from Hourglass. I just can't believe that such a little amount of foundation looks so good on my skin. So I have to mix two colors. I also mix two colors in the stick foundation. They have a Vanish foundation that's in stick form, and then they have the liquids. These are the new liquids. So I'm going to mix the shade Amber with Honey. Now, usually I would mix the foundation to match my body, but my body's not really showing because I'm wearing a hoodie. So I'm just gonna match it as close to my face as possible. And I know, like, what about your hands? But you can see, like, my hands are almost the color. I'm going to do a tiny pump of Amber. Amber is that golden tone, that yellow golden tone that I need, but it's also too dark. Can you see? It's a little too dark for me. So then I will mix a pump of Honey, a little bit bigger. So they say half a pump, but since I have to mix, it ends up being more than half. So I am going to do something that I have not been doing, which is to use my fingers. I don't like using my fingers to apply my foundation. I just find it gross, but all these makeup artists were doing it. So I decided to try it for a week. And it doesn't work with every foundation or concealer, but with this foundation, it does. So let me bring you closer so you can see what I'm doing. So that's actually too much, but like I said, I have to mix my colors. So that's the color it makes. See how it kind of disappears into the skin? You still see foundation, but it matches. So that's my shade. That's the tricky thing about being different shades and colors. And I'm gonna show you what I do on the daily. This is like every day, like, oh, I might go to dinner later, I might not. Let me bring you closer so you can see my skin texture. So I'm just going to, they do have a brush that you can use with this, but I did find that using my finger has been working with this foundation. It still looks good. Now, I like a skin foundation, and what I mean by skin foundation is I like for it to look like my skin, just cover. And as you can see, it's not, it doesn't even feel like anything is on my skin. And I still have this much. Look at how much I have left. So I'm gonna use these two palettes because these are the two palettes that I've been using every day. If you have hooded eyes, listen to me. If you have hooded eyes, the best makeup tip I ever heard was to do your makeup with your eyes open, which I've already done. Like, I always do that. and just look straight into the mirror. I have my mirror here. Straight into the mirror, and then put a little bit of the color above the fold. And when you do that, it's like a magic trick. It looks so good. Instead of doing your eye makeup with your eye closed, and then you're like not sure, sometimes you can bring the color up a little higher than what you intend on doing. I know my eyes because I've been, you know, I do this a lot. So I know my eyes, so I usually do that. I look down into it so I can kind of see that crease. But if you're a beginner and you have hooded eyes, look into the mirror like this and then just apply your shadow. It's literally the best hack. When I woke up, say hi.
Yes.
I'm gonna take that red color in the center. It's like a reddy brown shade. I'm using this Laura Mercier blending brush, and I'm just gonna put that on the outer corner. This is a super quick makeup look because obviously I can't do anything because baby is here. So a game changer that I have introduced was doing an eyelash curler. I used to never use eyelash curlers, but then I tried this Shoot Imora one and I love it. So I'm just going to curl my lashes. I've been loving this Avon mascara. It doesn't transfer, which I love. I also like to do my concealer if I do plan on wearing concealer after this step. So if it does transfer, I can just clean it up. So I like to use this brush from Pure Cosmetics. It's like this slanted brush with a spoolie. I've been using the Il Makiage brow pomade. I find that this brow pomade works really well for me. When you're doing your brows, you want to rest them, because if you're doing it while they're up and then you rest them, it's gonna look interesting. I learned that. So rest your brows and then go through. And it's okay if you don't fill in every part because you want it to look more realistic. I like my brows to look imperfect, just put together to where it doesn't look like I have a ton of sparse areas. But if there are sparse areas, it's okay not to fill them in unless that's what you want. I use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer because it's been a really good one for me. I really like it. So I'm just gonna do like some dots where I like it to be a little bright. And I like to do this with my foundation and concealer because it gives me that nice airbrushed look, even when I don't have a lot of time. So it blends out the product really well, and I get that nice airbrush look with it. Like I'll show you in a second. See? Like it just brightens just a little bit. And I like to go over the edges of my shadow to help blend that out too. So that's a double whammy. And it's the idea is to hold the end of the brush so you don't apply pressure in that area and wipe off the product. So if you hold the end of the brush and, you know, blend out, you're like touching your skin with the bristles. And I find it helpful if I have to touch up my under eyes with more concealer and powder. I can add more concealer even though I've applied powder because I'm using a tiny amount and a tiny, like it's not heavy and it's a thin touch. So that's a good tip. And whatever's left, I just go over any area where I feel like I would need extra coverage. So I'm happy with that. I'm loving this Laura Mercier powder. It's the Secret Brightening Powder, but it's in the shade number 2. I hope that they make a translucent loose setting powder in this color because this is the perfect shade. I would not use translucent anymore. I would use this one. And I just kind of like to pat on the powder, don't wipe. So I'm just gonna pat the powder on. I'm gonna use my favorite Charlotte Tilbury Film Star, but I'm gonna use this Sonia Kashuk brush. This does shed, but it still works really good. Look at that. Again, I'm using light pressure and I'm holding the end of my brush so I can get that look where it's like there but not there. And I don't know why this side of my face always looks unblended, but it is, I promise. Always looks unblended. So I'm gonna put on my lip. I'm using Pixie Beauty's Matte Last Liquid Lip in Evening Rose. So then what I've been doing is blurring out the line of my lips. I also learned this from Katie Jane Hughes because it will make the lip color look like it's a part of your lips rather than just set on your lips. So how you do that is you just take a brush and you just blur out that line. And I also love that too, especially if I'm wearing like a bold color like red. And this is all I'm going to do to my face. I really like the tips that I've been learning from makeup artists. I just feel like my makeup is so much better. It's so much what I want it to be. Wearable, still glam, sometimes minimalistic, sometimes monochromatic, but it just still works and I really like it. I feel like I can still get a full face of makeup without packing on the products, and that's what I'm all about right now. So I am going to get this little one right now because she's rubbing my brushes all over the floor here in the bathroom. I'm gonna have to clean those. But this is my look. I hope you enjoyed this in real-time makeup tip video. I hope you found it helpful. And thanks for bearing with me with this little one. I was hoping she would take a longer nap, but she didn't. So I will see you guys in next week's video. Love yous. Bye.